Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ayu Enda Lestari, you can call me Ayu. I am a student at Mercubuana University majoring in accounting. In this video, I will explain about bookkeeping. Okay, let's go straight to the video. Happy watching! In running a business, many considerations need to be made in the term of finance, one of which is bookkeeping and accounting. To the layman, bookkeeping and accounting sound like the same thing, but are true activities related to the financial flow of a business or company. Also, bookkeeping and accounting both deal with business or corporate finance. They have differences that should not be overlooked. Bookkeeping is the process of recording daily cash flow, while accounting is the process of processing bookkeeping record to take further action. What is the meaning of bookkeeping more broadly? Bookkeeping is the process of recording daily financial activities that occur in a business or company. In simple terms, bookkeeping is at the forefront of the company's financial processing. Bookkeeping also plays a role in making simple financial reports such as cash flow statement, income statement, and balance sheet. Activities included in bookkeeping are process of recording and managing petty cash flow, the process of recording and storing invoice payable and receivable. Next, the process of recording employee salary costs, process of recording bank, and the process of making financial reports such as cash flow statement, income statement, and balance sheet. Then, what about the meaning of accounting? Like bookkeeping, accounting is also the process of recording the cash flow of a business or company. It can be said that bookkeeping is a part of accounting. The function of accounting is to present financial statement fairly and correctly, to those concerned to make the necessary financial decision. Activities included in accounting are recording of financial flows, produce financial reports, financial audit, strategic planning, tax reporting, and performance optimization. What is the difference between bookkeeper and accountant? In the world of bookkeeping and accounting, the term bookkeeper and accountant are known. Bookkeeper is the person in charge of doing bookkeeping, the thing that a bookkeeper must have in accuracy. This accuracy is important for bookkeeper because the bookkeeper is in charge of making records that don't allow errors. The minimum level of education that a bookkeeper must have is a high school or vocational high school graduate with a minimum of 2 years of work experience in a related field. This is different from accountant who must at least have a bachelor degree in accounting or a bachelor degree in economics and take several training and qualification tests. The task of an accounting is more complex because in addition to doing bookkeeping or recording, an accountant must also be able to make decisions related to finance. An accountant is required to have accuracy like a bookkeeper, coupled with an ability to formulate a strategic vision and financial decision. Regarding the selection of bookkeeping and accounting, companies need bookkeeping service if the company only requires recording cash flow such as cash receipt and cash receipt in real time. Bookkeeping service are also considered sufficient if the company only needs simple financial report that include a cash flow statement, income statement, and the balance sheet. On the other hand, the company needs accounting service if the company wants more complex financial report and require advice on financial decisions that the company must take. These suggestions include determining the price of goods, employee salaries, advice on company expansion, advice on tax management, and other. Okay, in this video I will explain more clearly about bookkeeping. So, bookkeeping really involves analyzing in some way or another these various transactions. You could say it involves recording these transactions so as to permit analysis in a systematic fashion in a way that can be applied to all business or whatever kind, and that is intangible not only now but at any future time. Do you mean by the double entry system of bookkeeping? Yes. Then, what is it called double entry? Every transaction has at least two effects or aspects. We describe one aspect as a debit and one aspect as a credit. So, it doesn't mean recording the same transaction twice. No, not at all. If I have booked goods worth 100 for Smith, which are payable in 30 days' time, the first part of the transaction is that my business has received goods which it hopes to resell at profit. The second part of the transaction is that Smith, my supplier, has become my creditor and has a claim on me for 100. Then, would it be the same if you had booked the goods and paid for them at once instead of getting them off credit? Yes, that would be a cash purchase. But instead of Smith becoming my creditor, I would have to record the 100 reduction in cash held by the business. What is the real advantage of the double entry system? For the reason that every transaction can be looked at from its twofold aspect. The record math is completed instead of being only partial. The practical advantage is that you put the whole of the fact on record. These are: the business has gained 100 worth of goods. This is described as a debit. Smith has a claim on you for 100. This is described as a credit. Obviously, to know these facts is of importance in any business. Does this hold good with situations other than buying transactions? Will the same state of affairs exist with the selling of goods? In exactly the same way, the first aspect in the selling transaction is that your business has given up 100 worth of goods of an ordinary sale. The second is that the person who has received them has become your debtor, i.e., they are in debt to you on this assumption that you, in this case, are giving credit because you are the supplier. Does the double entry system stop at this? No, it goes much further because of this twofold aspect I have been talking about. It enables you to compare the proceeds of the sale you have made with the cost to you of the goods you have booked, and so obtain your profit or loss on trading. Similarly, as it shows the claims other people have on you, your creditor or account payable, and the claim you have on other people, your debtor or accounts receivable. You can tell very quickly what is the position of affairs of your business at any particular date so far as these people are concerned. Is this important? Yes, if the amount of accounts payable or business exceeds in accounts receivable any goods which it hopes to sell and the ready money it has available. It may be insolvent, that to say it cannot pay in debts as they become due. Then, when they began talking, you said the ledger was the book of account and that all transactions were first recorded in what you call subsidiary books. What are the subsidiary books and why are they kept in addition to the ledger? The subsidiary books are termed journals or day books because, very much like a journal or diary, they are completed daily or should be. They are designed to relieve the various accounts in the ledger of the great amount of detail which, while indispensable to the business, can better be given in the subsidiary books than in the ledger itself. If you take, for example, the purchasing side of a business, a very great amount of detail may have to be recorded as the supplier, the quantity, quality, and price per unit of the goods, total amount payable, and so on. But so far as the double entry of twofold aspect of all the buying transaction is concerned, they are all the first place purchases of goods for the business. In the second place, credit must be given to all the various suppliers from whom the purchases have been made. Thus there will be one account in the ledger for incoming goods or purchases and other accounts also in the ledger for the individual supplier. Then, So the journals or daybooks don't form part of the double entry system at all? Correct. These subsidiary books are outside the double entry system. Their function is to provide the information from which the ledger accounts are written up. That is why they often refer to the books of frame of first entry, with very few exceptions. In this well-recognized rule, the bookkeeping that no transaction should be recorded in the ledger account unless it has first been recorded in the subsidiary book, or a book of first entry, or a computer-based substitute. Focus point: all transactions are fully recorded in a book of prime entry. 2 entries in the ledger, 1 debit and 1 credit, are needed in respect of each transaction. Detailed records are essential to enable you to manage a business.